Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Madam, and I'm coming back to you again. Once more, we're going to go to Chicago 5 News today, and this is the Jussie Smollett trial, and this is an update for the Jussie Smollett situation. It says Jussie Smollett sentenced to jail, probation for lying to police, and staged hate crime. Smollett will begin his sentence immediately. Okay. Ooh-wee. All right. As the former Empire actor Jussie Smollett is scheduled to be sentenced, the letter from Samuel L. Jackson and his wife, LaTanya Richardson Jackson, asking for leniency with sentencing was read during the trial on Thursday. After an emotional day of testimony on both sides, actor Jussie Smollett has been sentenced to 150 days in jail in connection to the staged hate crime that occurred in Chicago in January of 2019. Smollett will begin his sentence immediately. He was also ordered to pay more than $120,000 in restitution to the city of Chicago and was fined $25,000. He was also sentenced to 30 months of felony probation. Smollett was convicted of lying to the police about the staged attack, which he hired two brothers to help him undertake near his Cedarville apartment. Judge James Lynn issued his ruling on Thursday, saying that the incident's extreme premeditation was an aggravating factor in the case. He also said that he believed Smollett orchestrated the attack to an exacting degree, rehearsing it extensively. "You turned your life upside down," Lynn said. "You destroyed your life as you know it. There is nothing I can do to you today that will come close to the damage you have done to your own life." Ooh. The judge said that he believed Smollett craved attention and that he faked the crime to make himself more famous. "You were throwing a national pity party for yourself," the judge said. The special prosecutor who brought the criminal case against Jussie Smollett that led to a guilty verdict against the actor asked the judge Thursday to include an appropriate amount of prison time when sentencing Smollett for his conviction of lying to the police in a staged hate crime. Dan Webb said during the sentencing hearing that he would not ask for a specific amount of time, leaving that to the Cook County Judge James Lynn's discretion. He also asked that Smollett be ordered to pay $130,000 in restitution to the city of Chicago. Witnesses for both State and Smollett testified at Smollett's sentencing at Cook County Courthouse. Chicago Police Superintendent David Brown, who was called by the state, submitted a statement that was read aloud by Samuel M., a member of the special prosecution team. In the statement, Brown, who became superintendent in April of 2020 and wasn't with the city at the time of Smollett's police report, said that Smollett's false report of a hate crime harmed actual victims of such crimes. Brown asked that the city be compensated for its cost, saying the cost of investigating his claim could have been spent elsewhere in the city. "The city is a victim of Mr. Smollett's crimes," Brown said. Jussie Smollett's grandmother, testifying for the defense, asked Lynn not to include prison time in his sentencing for Smollett. "I asked you, Judge, not to send him to prison Molly Smollett, age 92, told the court. She later added, "If you do, send me along with him, okay?" Excuse me. Smollett's brother, Joe Smollett Jr., told the court Smollett is not a threat to the people of Illinois. In my humble opinion, he is completely innocent. Smollett's attorney also read out loud letters from other supporters, including an organizer with the Black Lives Matter, the Rainbow Push Coalition, and Latanya and Samuel L. Jackson, that asked Lynn to consider the case effective of Smollett's life and career and to avoid any confinement as part of his sentence. Other supporters spoke about worry that Smollett would be at risk in prison, specifically mentioning his race, sexual orientation, and his family's Jewish heritage. Smollett was convicted of lying to the police about a racist and homophobic attack that he orchestrated himself or allowed himself to remain free. Before the sentencing began, Lynn rejected a motion from the defense to overturn the jury's verdict on legal grounds. Judges rarely grant such motions. I do believe at the end of the day that Mr. Smollett received a fair trial, Lynn said. Smollett, who is expected to continue to deny his role in the staged attack in January of 2019, faced 3 years in prison for each of the 5 felony counts of disorderly conduct, the charge filed for lying to the police, of which he was convicted. He was also acquitted of a 6th count. But before, Smollett did not have any extensive criminal history, and the conviction is a low-level novelty crime. Experts did not expect that he would be sent to prison. The actor could be ordered to serve up to a year in county jail, or if Lynn chooses, be placed on probation in order to perform some kind of community service. The sheer size and scope of the police investigation was a major part of the trial and is a key in the $130,000 pending lawsuit that the city filed against Smollett to recover the cost of overtime. So the judge also could order the actor to pay a hefty fine and restitution. Thursday's sentence could be the final chapter in a criminal case subject to appeal that made international headlines when Smollett, who is black and gay, reported police that 2 men wearing ski masks beat him and hurled racial slurs and homophobic slurs at him on a dark Chicago street and ran off. In December, Smollett was convicted in a trial, including the testimony of the 2 brothers, who jurors said Smollett paid them to carry out the attack, gave them money for the ski mask and the rope, instructed them to fashion the rope into a noose. Prosecutors said he told them what racial and homophobic slurs to shout and to yell that Smollett was in MAGA country, a reference to the campaign slogan of Donald Trump's presidential campaign. Excuse me. Smollett knew the men from his work on the television show Empire that filmed in Chicago, testified that he did not recognize them or did not know that they were the men attacking him. During the hearing, Smollett was allowed to make a statement but chose not to, with the advisal of counsel citing a potential appeal in the case. Unlike the trial, Lynn has agreed to let photographers and television cameras inside the court for the hearing, meaning the public will be the first. It will be the first for the time for the public to see and hear Smollett speak in court. And this is it for the article. And as far as the first end of the Smollett trial, leading to its conclusion, he has been convicted. He is definitely going for sentencing. And this has just been a long and drawn out case. A lot of moving parts in the case, a lot of innuendos. Allegedly, it came out in a story that I did, which I will link in the cards for this video. One of the brothers that he allegedly was in contact with, not only did he know both of them, but he had drugs. It was drugs involved, allegedly, and also a personal relationship, I will say that, allegedly involved with one of the brothers. How true that is, we will never know. So I will stress that the statement that I made is allegedly. It's just sad, you know. No one should crave, if that was the case, just saying, allegedly. No one should crave that much attention to where as though they would, you know, go to such lengths to do this. But unfortunately, sometimes it does happen. Sometimes it's on a smaller scale. Sometimes it's on a much larger scale. And sometimes it makes it to national and international news. Regardless of what the opinion is, regardless of what side of the fence you're on, you know, it's just a sad set of circumstances that took place. I hope that truly there was a lesson that was learned throughout this whole process, and it should serve as a reminder to people in general that, you know, you could want something so bad, or you could strive for something that you want, and depending on how you go about it, it will blow up in your face. So, with that being said, we'll see if what happens with the appeals, and I'm pretty sure there will be quite a few, and I'll keep you posted as always. And now I would like to take this time to say thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. As always, the comments, the likes, the dislikes, the subscribes, I appreciate them all. And with that being said, you guys, I will get with you in the next video.